Okay, dear friends, good morning. Welcome to Beit Shean National Park. It's there. And it's again what we already have seen in the land of Israel. It's an artificial mound, you see there, that we call here in Arabic and in Hebrew tel. And this tel is an artificial mound that hides in itself different layers of different periods of human settlement here, like we saw at Megiddo, like we saw in other places. So this is the same story, with the only difference that here there were two settlements, and one settlement began in the 5th millennium before Common Era, at the period of Chalcolite, Copper Age. Okay, there was a human settlement already here. Okay, because the most ancient cities in the land of Israel are here in the land of Israel. One of them is Jericho. It's considered to be the oldest city on the planet. We're going to pass it. And this one is also at least 7,000 old year city. Okay, and the Canaanite city was called Beit Shean, and this is on top of that hill. Here on the model, you can see it here. You're going to go there too. So Beit Shean was a Canaanite city, but we read in the Bible, and Aaron is going to read us the passage from the Bible, that there were Philistines here, Philistines, whatever you call them, but it was probably a short, very short period when the Philistines were here, because we don't have any archaeological evidence of Philistines' presence here, only of the Canaanite presence. And these were two different nations, Canaanites and Philistines. Okay, but we read about Philistines that were here, and these Philistines were the greatest and fierce enemies of the Jewish people, and they fought. Okay, and we're gonna speak about it in the theater. Okay, then the city was left, abandoned, and then the new city was built here already in the Greco-Roman times. This city was part of the loose union of 10 Greco-Roman cities with a Canaanite or Syro-Canaanite population called Decapolis. That's why the name Decapolis, 10 cities. Okay, they were on the other shore of the Sea of Galilee, and their capital was here. So that's why the name Scythopolis, Scythopolis Nysa. Okay, the major deity of this city was Dionysus, the god of wine. Probably lots of vineyards. People like to drink wine in the evening. Maybe that's why this deity and his wet nurse, according to the legend, was buried here. That's why the name Scythopolis Nysa. Nysa was a wet nurse of god Dionysus. And it's a typical Roman city with a major street and a street that crossed the major street, planned city with all the features of the Roman city that we saw in Caesarea. Okay, that includes the major street, Palladius, and the street that crossed it from the north to the south, Silvanus. So this would be like Cardo, this would be like Decamenos, okay, in any Roman city. Of course, there was a public bathhouse there, the public latrine, the theater, that is one of the largest theaters ever discovered in the Middle East, even larger than the theater in Caesarea Maritime. It's here on the model here, and living quarters of people that lived here. We saw the stadium outside. We just passed it outside the national park boundaries, and the city was beautiful because it's, you know, it's a beautiful mild climate and lots of water. There is a spring that flows into the Jordan River here, and that's why it was successful. But the city's location is in a problematic area. The area of the Syrian-African rift, where these tectonic plates are on constant move, which means lots of earthquakes. And one of the earthquakes was so strong, 749, that it buried all the city. All the columns fell. You will see the columns that fell in the same direction, which means the epicenter of the earthquake was somewhere, and then the columns fell in one direction. You will see when you pass there. And that's why the city was again left and abandoned. In the Byzantine times, Byzantine period, remember we discussed it's a Christian period. The Christian emperors, they banned the theatrical performances because it didn't look Christian enough, with this erotic character and lots of comedies and things like this, so they stopped performances. Okay, then the city was under the Arab conquest, and the Arab people, when they came here, they are former nomads. They are not yet accustomed to the city culture. and that's why most of the cities in Palestine after the Arab conquest declined, because they didn't know what to do with these cities. They lived in tents. Okay, then the Crusaders conquered this city, and it was Tancred, the Norman warrior, that conquered Beit Shean, and he made it a capital of the northern province. Then the Crusaders were expelled. Again, Mamelukes came back here, and the city again was abandoned completely until all this was found, excavated, restored, and the national park in the 50s of the 20th century was proclaimed. So that's mainly all about the city, the foreword about the city. We will give you time to go and to explore this, the ruins of this city. Okay? Thank you.